These are some Dinar Guru updates. Starting off with RV already, I think the budget is going to Parliament this week. As Parliament already promised to give the people the RV as a first priority, I expect the budget with the RV to pass. All right, Holly, all I will say is things look very good. Lots of good news. I don't want to say much as we are critical right now. Right, Frank 26 article, quote, parliamentary investment. We will monitor the process of pumping currency into the market. They need some liquidity until they release the new currency and the new exchange rate. It is the delays that cause this. This is not the NSCNs they're talking about. Right, Deepwood's article, quote, can Al-Kazimi government send the 2022 budget to Parliament? The Constitution is clear. There is nothing in it to suggest a weak government or a caretaker government that can't perform like normal. Anyone can read it for themselves. All right, Mark Z via PDK, what we have heard over the weekend, some pretty positive stuff. They are very keen that this could be our week. My banking folks here are expecting redemption centers to be open later this week as well. They are very keyed up for this week. I don't know what changed over the weekend, but reports started coming in late last night that everything is staged and prepared. All right, God Lover article, quote, parliamentary investment. We will monitor the process of pumping currency into the market. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out the logic to this article. It would not make sense to pump more 3-0 notes into the streets, especially when the intel is stating that they have been collecting the notes for several months. What gets me is, as some seem to think, it could be NSCNs that cannot be, in my opinion. After all, the NSCNs would be useless at the current program rate. Not to mention that the article seems to imply that this would be a solution, temporary until the budget is approved. Maybe they are referring to USD, I don't know. I did not expect an article like this at this time. All right, Pimpy says, I heard somebody saying, no, Pimpy is wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. There is plenty of money from the oil, and that's how we're going to get the rate change. If oil prices plunge again, what do you think is going to happen in Iraq? Their economy is going to tank, and they're going to be right back to square one, struggling. They're making a lot of money right now, but there are a lot of factors taken into consideration before you can change the exchange rate. First things first, they've got to get a government in there. Militiaman article, quote, parliamentary investment. We will monitor the process of pumping currency into the market. Let's think about the part about the helping of the citizens. They were hurt the most and may benefit largely with a reinstatement of the IQD. As for liquidity for the street, didn't they spend tens of millions of dollars in printing new currency in 2018? Yes, they did. They were not 3-0 notes, in my opinion. They were NSCNs and likely fills, as noted, the 54 million spent for currency issuance, 8/31/2018 per the CBI. We also watched the video showing they were destroying the 3-0 notes around that time frame. Okay, then, due to the delays, they may need to be addressed in short-term liquidity issues, or could it be that they want to use what good currency left of the 3-0 notes they have on hand to help line the pockets of the poor? Let's say the issue 3-0 notes then, once completed, they RI to a previous era. The poor get a serious stimulus package for all the suffering they've had to endure. The NSCNs also are under scrutiny, can follow along with the new digital systems. We shall see. In my opinion, I've had a hard time believing that at this stage 3-0 notes are for longevity. All right, Mark Z via PK. Most of my bankers are expecting a work weekend this upcoming weekend. Other than that, it's been a quiet on the RV front. I think it's so quiet because all the decisions that are necessary have been made. So at this point, it might be quiet until the switch is flipped. We don't control the timing, but the writing is all over the wall that it is coming. All right, Nader from the Mid East. Today I read a newspaper about the CBI and the private sector. They said they achieved positive things. It's true. It's the beginning, though. You're going to see that. I'm sure that's going to come out in the news. You're going to see them, so don't be surprised. Don't be excited about it too much because they just started working on private sector. Private sector is one of the main things who can make Iraq financially strong. All right, lastly, Mark Z via PDK article, quote, head of the Supreme Judicial Council, the Iraqi Constitution authorizes the emergency government. Major story on how the emergency government does indeed have the power to move forward with all these provisions. Also, another article stated they have to start pumping currency into the market because of liquidity problems.